Hello, it's Suzanne Mitchell with Keller Williams Realty. And I've been talking to a lot of people on the phone, through text, email. So I've been encouraged to create a broader message so I could send this out to everyone about the COVID-19 outbreak and what we're doing in real estate with that regard. So I just wanted to share some things that that my team is doing. Number one, we have been creative and flexible in adapting ways that we can do business safely during this time. So we're doing everything we possibly can to eliminate any risk to anyone. But real estate buyers and sellers are not able to completely stop because there are people that need to sell a home right now. There are people that need to buy a home right now. Someone might have a vacant house, or they've had a job change or a job transfer, whether they're seller or buyer, and they need to move. They've got leases expiring. Whatever the case, there's still needs for real estate to be running as smoothly as we can right now. Of course, there's some bumps in the road, but we're finding ways quickly to recover and compensate for those. One example is an open house. We can't necessarily do a physical open house. It's not socially responsible to do that today, but we are doing things like I'm doing a virtual open house for my listings. My sellers are going on the market. They're still, if they're occupied, they're not necessarily showing, but they're doing virtual showings. If it's vacant, you could still show it. And my sellers who are wanting to sell their vacant home and wanting to allow tours, we're working together to ensure that that we're not overlapping any showings, that we are in between showings, wiping down the surfaces, and we have some rules in place that are and we're checking with the CDC and making sure we're following the guidelines. And we're doing things that are according to the CDC as far as wiping things down, leaving doors open so that the buyers that are going through don't have to touch a door. The only doors that need to be touched are ingress and egress doors. So there's a lot of regulations and things we're putting around that to keep people safe as much as possible. We'll provide shoe covers and hand sanitizer on site. We're asking all buyers to carry their own hand sanitizer. So we're trying to be creative and adaptable to this market so that we can still get your home sold if you have a home to sell, or that you can still buy if you need to buy. I have so many ways of doing business electronically. I have Zoom video conference, so we can still have our conferences and our meetings and do our marketing strategies and sign documents through electronic means. So business can be done without being in touch physically. We can still see each other through video conferencing if that's something that's important. And it is to me. I like to do that. So I've been asked a lot of questions about the market, what the market's going to bring. And I can tell you, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you for sure. But I have been reading everything I can and listening to all the resources I can. And really, what I can tell you now is even if we go into a recession, we're in such a better position than we were during the last recession. Because during the last recession, we came in with a lot of homes, a lot of inventory, a heavy buyer's market. Today, we're a shortage of housing. Rates are still at all-time lows, so we're still positioned well. So even if we go into a recession due to this, we should have some pent-up demand from this quarantine time when buyers are online shopping. And I'm doing everything I can to marking out my listings right now because people are captive audiences. They're online looking, marking those homes for their favorites that they want to go see the minute they can. So I'm working to position my sellers to be there and be able to take advantage of that market, because I do feel like once we're cleared, that there is going to be some pent-up demand and a lot of activity. It just may be a delayed spring market this year. And I've got resources, and one of those I'll share out with all my clients, podcasts and things to listen to. One in particular that is an interview with Brian Buffini, who's the head of my coaching organization, and Dr. Lawrence Yoon, who is the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors. It's a great listen, so I'll encourage you when I send the link that you listen to it. But all this to say, really, that I'm here for you no matter what. It doesn't have to be about real estate. If you want to talk about anything, if you're just tired of being isolated and need to have some phone conversations, please call me. Please reach out. I'm trying to reach out proactively to people. I've been on the phone a lot since this all started. I've been at home. I've been on the phone. And I have been texting, emailing. So if you haven't heard from me yet, you will soon, because I'm trying to call around and do wellness checks on everyone. One thing I can say about this situation is I am grateful. I'm grateful for more time with my family. I'm grateful for you and for my clients, my friends, my family, in our community, and to see how people have banded together to help one another during this time. So with all things, this is a challenging situation, but there's so much good. There's so much good in the world. So again, I'm here for you if you want to talk real estate or if you want to talk anything.